Also a 3-inch reach advantage. He wants to utilize that in this fight.
From Egypt, Ahmed Hayari, now set for fight number 1 in Bkfc. Hayari 4-0 in his pro MMA career. Ahmed Hayari told us in our fighter meeting, I'm going to immediately apply pressure, but do so from range, establish aggressive counters, use my speed, constant 1-2s.
Wants to throw a lot of overhand rights, jab, head movement to get inside when he wants to get in the pocket. Stay busy the entire time and throw a lot of body shots.
Of his opponents in this bout at 155 pounds, Leandro Martins, Hayari said, I believe that he is going to be aggressive as well. But as I want to be aggressive long, I believe Hayari wants to be aggressive on the inside. I am ready for him to initiate the clinch. Hayari said if Martins clinches me, I will unload a high volume of fighting.
When it feels like he's faster and he hits harder, he's going to use greater punches. Get him, land the body. Definitely feels like he wants a fast start in this fight, and he must get the KO.
From Brazil, Leandro Martins, now set for his debut in Bkfc. Martins has had 11 pro MMA bouts. Leandro Martins told us, I want to showcase excellent footwork, phenomenal hand speed, I will be throwing lead hooks and hard twos.
Feels like it's all about that inner motion, getting his timing down. Feels like when his opponent comes forward, he's going to angle out. Definitely wants to land a lot of those lead left hooks.
Martins told us, I expect Ahmed Hayari to have a very fast and aggressive start, but I believe that he is going to start slowing down. If we go to round number 3, I believe that Hayari will be very slow, and that is when I will really turn up the pressure.
He utilize that footwork, and he has to make sure that he's active right from the very beginning of the fight to wear his opponent down.
We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division, presented to you by the Scandalist. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears black. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, an even 153 pounds. He holds an undefeated MMA record at 4-0, and tonight makes his Bkfc debut. Fighting out of Egypt, here is Ahmed Hayari. And across, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, here is Leandro Martins. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Ahmed Hayari told us, I will use Leandro Martins' aggression against him and finish him with a hard counter strike. Round number 1. Backwards off from scratch to start this fight. Black and white trunks is the Brazilian Leandro Martins. Mid-range in the black trunks, the Egyptian Ahmed Hayari. Bonnie goes Hayari. Martins on the outside. Interesting start, Chris, for Martins. Purposefully took himself immediately backwards off of scratch.
And Hayari's really not trying to counter. He's coming forward aggressive. So much for our meeting.
Martins trying to work the jab from southpaw. You see Hayari, high tight striking guard and orthodox. Deep bend from Martins. Right hand, there's the left hook from Hayari, left hand again. 1:15 remaining, round number 1. We're in the lightweight division. Left hand, right 6.
Oh, he hopped up quickly.
Up at 7 is Leandro Martins, taking the mandatory 8 count from Dan Bergliata. Brazilian Martins cut corner of his left brow.
He better tie his opponent up.
Forward immediately, high volume comes the Egyptian Ahmed Hayeri. Hayeri forward again. Tight striking guard, the right hand getting through from Hayeri, another right hand. Big left hand. That definitely wobbled Martins.
Martins, this is what I was talking about. He better grab his opponent. He's landing good punches in there, but he's eating way too many.
The naked two to the left hand. Big switch from the pocket. Rear right uppercut just before the bell from Hayeri. That's the first round.
And that was a great round, but Martins, he needs to get his legs underneath him a little bit more before he just starts swinging punches. Luckily, he didn't get knocked out. His first round was this powerful left hand.
Oh man, Kristen Martin
Right hand.
is putting in the work.
You can see how hurt Martins was in that situation. He hopped up, but his legs were still not all the way up. He did a great job of not getting knocked out. Even landing some really hard shots of his own, but man, that's a dangerous game you're playing when your legs are not underneath you and you're sitting there trading. You get knocked out.
Seconds out called. Set for round number 2. Dan Bergliata bringing both fighters up to scratch. Number 2 underway. In start round number 1, Martins taking himself backwards off the scratch. Hayeri immediately to the mid-range. To the body for Martins, not there. And right there. Stalking pressure from Ahmed Hayeri. Hayeri now mirroring the hits of Martins. And right hand, there's the 1-2 right back from Martins.
Hayeri doing the best work when he comes forward. He talks about countering, doesn't need to. He's coming forward aggressively.
1:10 remaining round 2. The right hand from Hayeri. There's the right hand.
Nice high, and Martin's down on his knees.
Knockdown recovered by Hayeri.
Those were some clean shots.
Hayeri is really putting it on Martin's ass.
Martins is hot, man. He ate a lot of hard shots there.
Hayeri is really putting the beats on Martin's ass right now.
For Dan Bergliata, excellent refereeing. Martins retreat back in.
50 seconds, round number 2.
Afraid to take those shots.
And right.
He needs to get off first, come forward, push the opponent backwards to take his weight with the punch come forward.
Martin's down on his knees.
Second back foot. Wingle roll down. There's the right hand again.
Hayeri is really putting it on Martin's ass.
They're not on knockdown zone. Martins been knocked down twice. You got to get some of the back. You don't have any chance.
On the mouthpieces, and it's 2-0 on the knockdown count. For Hayeri.
Got to get something going. Coming forward is when he does his best work. He keeps it. Can't wait to down.
The left hand, big left hand again from Hayeri.
Bell, and that's the end of round number 2. So I already see it 2-10-8 rounds for Harris. body shot by Harris. Big right hand by Hayari. Hayari goes down to the body. Martin is down. Now time. Big Dan Murgliata called timeout. Guessing they're checking Martin's nose. And the fight is over by doctor stoppage. Yeah, the fight was way over before either the rip called for the broken nose. That Martin was just taking a beating, like free shots at this point.
Way of third round TKO due to physician stoppage. Ahmed Hayari defeats Leandro Martins. Having been a world champion in boxing and now the Bkfc welterweight titleist, Austin Troyt enters tonight's main event versus Carlos Trinidad Snake, supremely confident.
Without a doubt, I'm the most elite fighter that Carlos has ever seen, let alone fought. Within the short time that I've been in this game, I've fought and beaten the #1 pound-for-pound champion. I've captured a Bkfc belt with my second fight and had a successful defense against a bare-knuckle legend. Carlos's style, it's sloppy, it's haphazard, it's kind of throws caution to the wind. He tries to get some. I know what to do with that. I got something for that. I'm gonna punch holes all through the holes in his game, don't worry. And my style, you know, I'm smart above everything else. I'm just gonna have to lead him and show him how to do it. You feel me? And his feet, he's slow. I mean, he may hit hard. That's a big maybe, but he's never gonna touch me. So I got a 4th round knockout, in my opinion.
And here we are, folks. I'm standing by with one half of the main event tonight, our welterweight champion, Austin No Doubt Trout. And man, we're here in Dubai, and we got a live crowd. Dubai, how you feeling tonight? You guys feeling good tonight? I think they like that war, Austin. We just saw a little war go on in there. How'd you like that one?
What a fight, what a fight. They're definitely setting the stage for the night.
Well, I'll tell you.
I really love that Bkfc does those 2-night shows. There is a reason why I'm not showing this fight live. It's not because of YouTube regulations and all. It's mainly because the stream would be way too laggy, and I ain't got time for that laggy ass stream, and y'all don't have time for that laggy ass stream. I fixed my stream here. Professionalism to it. I'll be right back. Already having technical difficulties. Anyone in the anyone on the chat has like any recommendations of a good laptop? I'd be good for streaming. I would love that. Sorry, y'all. I'm having some technical difficulties with my DAZN right now. Just give me a few, and I'll get it dealt with, and I'll be right back on. And yeah, showing footage, like I said, it would lag too much to show any footage.
something, not just these naked overhand rights and left hooks. You gotta come in with some jab. And Moore is too tough and counters too well.
Moore, very tall stance in the center circle. They're moving to the outside, overhand right again, lands.
Yeah,
Tamimi. In the clinch. Overhook, snatched by Davi.
zone is really slow right now. My system's really slow.
Tamimi.
Really slow.
In the clinch. Overhook, snatched by David Moore. Separation from Brian Miner. 120 remaining round 3. Like swelling under Adel Altamimi's right eye.
They think there was a lot of questionable punches thrown and landed for Altamimi. Doesn't matter. They were considered legal shots. Nobody know what I go through. Here's one of those legal shots. Just a nice clean overhand. Different angle coming in. Let's go! And here's the end of the fight. Another clean right hand. Moore was just a step slower after that damage. Couldn't get the hands up. Those punches just came very fast, very powerful.
David Moore is a very talented fighter, entered 1-0 in Bkfc. He's had 18 pro MMA bouts. He had his moments, but that was quality in his Bkfc debut for the Iraqi, now based in California in the United States, Adel Altamimi. Altamimi showed great timing, great range control, largely on the front foot. 3 knockdowns to the finish, and Chris, Adel Altamimi has just made Bkfc's welterweight division that much deeper.
Well, I think what Altamimi learned mostly is you have to be careful in making these entries. You can't just rush forward. He got clipped a few times. I think he learned head movement, feints, level changes. You do these type of things, you get in and land those powerful shots. But if you just come straight forward, you're going to get hit.
Again, between rounds 2 and 3, Mike Mazzulli, the president of the ABC, who is regulating this event for the Mohegan Tribe for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, watched our replay at our commentary position and said, absolutely fair play to Altamimi. Moore should have protected himself. That was round 2, 2 knockdowns to the round 3 finish. Here is Jeff Houston.
This way.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Brian Miner, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 28 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by KO, Adel Kyokushin Altamimi.
Huge victory for Altamimi. Learned a lot in this fight. Shows he has power, ability to take a punch. He's going to be a lot of problems for a lot of people, Sean. You're right.
Some disquiet in this Dubai crowd as Adel Altamimi announces the victor of this welterweight bout by Jeff Houston. But that takes nothing away from an outstanding performance for Adel Altamimi. 2 knockdowns of David Moore in round number 3, 3 in total to the finish. The winner by way of 3rd round TKO, Adel Altamimi defeats David Moore. Undefeated in both Bkfc and Pro Mixed Martial Arts, Carlos Trinidad Snake is now set for the fight of his life as he faces welterweight world champion Austin Troyt in tonight's main event.
When longest fight would mean everything. It's the accumulation of 10 years of hard work since I started training. I've taken out everybody. I'm number one. I'm undefeated. There's nobody else to put in front of him. I'm the last one standing. I feel like I want this more than Austin. I feel like I have more to prove. I'm young, I'm hungry. I feel like I have a similar style to Austin Trout, to be honest, but I feel like I'm a little bit bigger and I'll implement it a little bit better. I think I'm an elite fighter myself. I feel like a lot of people don't really know me, but I've been fighting for a long time and I have an unorthodox style and I'm ready to show everybody. It'll be an exciting fight because I'll force him to change his game plan and come to the inside rather than stay on the outside. I definitely look forward to hurting Austin Trout. I want to retire him. Hopefully when we're done with this, he doesn't come back anymore.
And here we are. We are live inside of the Dubai duty-free tennis stadium. Usually they're throwing lobs and big smashes and big serves, but now we got big-time Bkfc fighting. I'm standing by here with the other half.
It's just a great moment. I'm super happy to be here in Dubai. I can't wait to put on a show for all my fans out here. I got a lot of fans back home watching. I can't wait to bring back a world title to you guys.
You know, and you told me, and we won't go too far into it, but you're honoring a lot of people with this fight. Like, you've had a lot of loss. You have a lot of motivation, kind of some tribute to this. Talk about that just a little bit.
I'm just a regular guy, man. I've had my own trials and tribulations. I'm not looking past anything that Austin Trout's gonna bring, but I'm bringing my own confidence in here, and I will leave a world champion. I've done so much to get this far. I won't let anybody down.
I want to ask you this. When it comes to Austin Trout, when we see the press conference and the weigh-ins, do you feel like you're being overlooked right now? Do you feel like he's taking you lightly going into this main event?
100%. I'm not a scrub. I'm one of the best fighters Austin Trout is gonna face. I will knock him out here in Dubai. I guarantee it.
My man representing the Ho Chunk tribe, Carlos Trinidad Snake. He could be your next welterweight champion.
Friday, April 18th. Brace yourself. It's another night of unparalleled action from the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. In the main event, Bkfc OG Dakota Cochran fights the undefeated warrior with bad intentions, Marcus Edwards. In the co-main event, the crazy white boy Zeb Vincent throws down with the unbeaten Dionisio Ramirez. Watch history unfold live on the Bkfc app. Download it at bkfc.com. That's bkfc.com. Saturday, April 26th, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship brings the world's most exciting combat sport to Florence, Italy. In the main event, it's a heated rematch when Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Chris Camozzi, defends his title against Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, a warrior attempting to get back what was once his. In the co-main event, Jimmy Sweeney makes his BKFC debut when he scraps with his rival, Rico Bon Franco. Watch it live only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com. That's DAZN.com. Friday, April 18th. Brace yourself. It's another night of unparalleled action from the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. In the main event, Bkfc OG Dakota Cochran fights the undefeated warrior with bad intentions, Marcus Edwards. In the co-main event, the crazy white boy Zeb Vincent throws down with the unbeaten Dionisio Ramirez. Watch history unfold live on the Bkfc app. Download it at bkfc.com. That's bkfc.com.
This evening is the first of two straight nights of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship live here in absolutely stunning Dubai. Still to come, it's our feature fight set for the middleweight division, Sabaho Masi versus Johnny Tello. And up next, a bout in the heavyweight division featuring two natural-born finishers. The numbers for this heavyweight bout, presented by One Win Sport. Alexio Lejnik versus Geronimo dos Santos. From Brazil, Geronimo dos Santos, set for his Bkfc debut. 74 pro MMA bouts for Geronimo dos Santos. His professional mixed martial arts opponents include Junior dos Santos, Zulazinho, Josh Burnett, Vitaly Minikov, Sergey Haritonov, and Alexander Emelianenko. In our fighter meeting, dos Santos told us, "I am fully focused on recording a knockout, but I will record that knockout by being patient and smart. My power will come."
Has to utilize footwork. He cannot be stationary and let his opponent come in. He knows his opponent's going to try and clinch him. When he does, he's going to have to punch in that clinch, punch to the body, throw a lot of uppercuts.
Of his opponent in this heavyweight bout, Alexio Lejnik, Geronimo dos Santos said he's an outstanding grappler, but he is a much better grappler than he is a striker. I respect his power, but I simply have more power. I expect Oleinik to rush forward, dos Santos told us. I will then move forward, meet his pressure.
Dos Santos has power in both hands. Has one thing, he said this fight is not going the distance.
Born in the Ukraine, now based in Russia, and he says my heart is always with the Soviet Union. Alexio Lejnik. This is his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. 80 pro MMA bouts, including 17 in the UFC for Alexio Lejnik. His career professional mixed martial arts opponents include Chael Sonnen, Mirko Krokot, Mark Hunt, Alistair Overeem, Fabricio Verdum, and Derek Lewis. Oleinik told us, "I'm going to be very smart and very reactive in this fight."
Well, he said he's not sure. He might try and stay long. He just has to make sure he doesn't take steps backwards. Stay right in his opponent's range. Wants to throw a lot of feints, fakes, get his opponent to react, and then find openings.
Oleinik said, "I know that Geronimo dos Santos has huge power. I know he's going to be aggressive. Utilizing my intelligence is my key to victory."
Utilizing that right hand, coming forward when his opponent throws those big shots and misses, has to capitalize on those mistakes.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 two-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by One Win Sport. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 264.2 pounds. He is a true MMA veteran of 74 fights, and tonight makes his Bkfc debut. Fighting out of Feira de Santana, Bahia, Brazil. Here is Geronimo Mondragon dos Santos. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, an even 234 pounds. He is also in possession of a true MMA veteran's record with 80 fights, and tonight makes his highly anticipated Bkfc debut. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia, here is Alexei, the boa constrictor. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Margliata.
Alexio Lejnik told us, "I have never been a body puncher. I will not start now. I will be throwing power punches to the head of Geronimo dos Santos." Full handshake, both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. black trunks. Red hand wraps for the Brazilian. Geronimo dos Santos, there's the entry. Black trunks, blue hand wraps for the Russian, the Ukrainian, the Soviet, Alexei Oleinik. Entering his stance, Oleinik.
Oleinik said he might right hand. Oh. Oleinik needs to be inside, trying to wear his big, strong opponent down. Early, Dos Santos is going to be very dangerous.
Got more big shots now on the inside from Geronimo dos Santos. Clever turn, short punches in the clinch, without it telling Oleinik, watch the punch through the back of dos Santos' head.
It's his first part of the fight where dos Santos is going to be very, very dangerous. Oleinik needs to get in and wear him down and do that good inside work, that clinch.
Oleinik lowering his stance, working to the mid-range. There's the entry. Big rear right uppercut, timed well by dos Santos. Heavy in the clinch, separation from Mergliata.
There's that hard warning you talked about. Don't hit him in the back of the head.
As the great Jack Reese says, silent warning, soft warning, hard warning, point. Accidental clash of heads, we fight on.
Ready? Buckle up.
40 seconds remaining, round number 1 of this heavyweight fight. Combined 154 pro MMA bouts. Alexei Oleinik and Geronimo dos Santos, both men in this, their Bkfc debut.
You can tell Oleinik disagreed with it. He didn't think he was the one clinching.
Oh! Down goes Alexei Oleinik.
That's it. He's not getting up. I don't think he's counting. That's it.
Mergliata breaks up his count in a massive one-punch knock.
That was crazy.
A win for Geronimo.
That was crazy, y'all. Good night, Irene.
Santos.
And as soon as dos Santos landed that, he walked away and put his hand up. He knew the fight was over. I think everyone knew that fight was over. You saw the way Oleinik fell, landed. If you land that big right hand, that's all you need. Dos Santos is a massively strong individual with huge punching power, and it was all displayed with that right hand.
Alexei Oleinik is one of my all-time favorite heavyweights, the greatest Ezekiel choke in the history of professional mixed martial arts. Chris, I first commentated him in St. Petersburg, Russia for M1 in 2008. Oleinik jokingly said, my Ezekiel choke will not help me in this fight. I have to land my punches, but the massive power punch of dos Santos to the finish.
That's the thing. Just look, he came in with his own left hand, got caught with the right. He's not taking that punch. The way he fell, you can just tell he's out. You got to be very careful. You almost have to be perfect when you're coming in against a guy like dos Santos with those powerful right hands. He has power in both hands, but that straight right, that is his most powerful punch. If he lands that on you, he's going to do damage. You just have to be careful coming in, and he just got caught.
A first-class finish from Geronimo dos Santos on that ferocious, powerful right hand, and first class in celebration, the Brazilian Geronimo dos Santos. No overt celebrations, no histrionics, all respect, and there's been nothing but incredible respect coming into this fight between Oleinik and dos Santos.
Well, we talk about coming in carefully. Oleinik deciding to throw this a straight left hand, a lead left hand, without the head movement, coming in, push off that back foot behind the jab.
Actually knocked the jiu-jitsu guy out in a fight. That is not crazy.
He just felt he could beat his opponent to punch being quicker, and he paid the price.
Bkfc's heavyweight division. Now that much deeper. Geronimo dos Santos 1-0 with emphasis in bare knuckle fighting championship is the Bkfc World Heavyweight titleist Ben Rothwell in attendance, front row ringside.
I mean, there's another powerful puncher. Both those guys kind of fight very similar, Sean. If you land that big right hand, I don't care who you are, that person's going down. Let's see if we got a new opponent for Ben Rothwell.
Alexei Oleinik, 6'2", weighed in at 234 pounds even. Geronimo dos Santos, 6'4", weighed in at 264.2. Massively powerful heavyweights, and that is a knockout of the year candidate in Bkfc for the victor Geronimo dos Santos. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliotta, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 49 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Geronimo Mondragon dos Santos.
And you're not going to get much of a more impressive knockout than you did right there. That was a huge right hand. It's so much same as that guy is scary, and you can see it. All the heavyweights now know that this guy's going to be a problem.
Go back to our fighter meeting. Geronimo dos Santos said, I am fully focused on recording the knockout, but I will be patient. I will be smart in recording the knockout. He showed his patience, he showed his intelligence, and he showed his brutal one-punch power. The winner by way of round 1 KO, Geronimo dos Santos defeats Alexio Lehman.
Saturday, April 5th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship invades Dubai with 2 world titles up for grabs. In the main event,
it's where they should be, you know. They should at least go there. It seems like they're getting paid, and they're getting good matchup. Although that matchup was not perfect, it was not the perfect matchup for Olenek. Dude was not known to be a striker, and it showed, man. It is showed. I don't think you guys care about seeing all that.
Few weeks, we bring a certain energy. It's not just a fighting event, it's a party when we come to any country.
Dubai, the city of gold. Have you ever seen anything like this in your life? From the featherweights to the heavyweights, our bare knuckle combatants bring it knockout after knockout. And God bless it, this sport is incredible. The pace, the energy, the action, bare knuckle is unmatched. Dubai, we're here tomorrow night, baby. We keep this going all weekend long. Let's go, baby.
You know, David, when we talk about being here at Dubai, you decided to do 2 nights, right? Working with World League of Fighters, a 2-day extravaganza. Why was it so important to make such a huge splash here in Dubai?
I think it was important because Dubai, Middle East actually has become really a hub of combat sports, and it was very important for us to put a punctuation point on that and make Dubai the home of combat sports in the Middle East. And that's what we're doing. 2 nights, back-to-back. Tomorrow night sold out. Crazy fights, 4 world championship fights, and the fans here in Dubai are crazy.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Connor, you know, when you think about the future here with Dubai, coming back here on a regular basis, what do you see in the future for BKFC in Dubai?
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, the alien of combat sport, is home in the city of gold, the city of knockouts now tonight. We've had knockout after knockout, a very nasty KO that was in the heavyweight division. And we hope for full recovery. That's what we pray for. We have full respect for our combatants. We've still got 2 world title fights on the line. We've got the ladies strawweight title, and we've got the men's welterweight title. And then tomorrow we go all again. Dubai, let's go. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is here.
Fine white cologne.
You know, this is what we do right here. This is why you got Conor McGregor on a team, because this guy is getting them hype. This is massive. David, I hate to break away from Dubai, but we're going to another country here in just a few weeks on the 26th, going to Italy. This is massive, going and opening up Italy. It's a beautiful place. Talk about that event.
I don't know, man. You always put me in a bad spot. You make me follow this guy on an interview.
And you're the one that brought him on.
And then you make me follow Dubai, going to Italy. But Italy's going to be crazy.
We're coming to Italy the end of this month, baby. But let's finish this job in Dubai.
Let's go. Yeah, man, we can't wait. 3 weeks from now, we'll be in Italy. And then we have about 3 or 4 more countries we're opening up this year. It's going to be an amazing year. It's crazy out here. We love it here in Dubai.
Bare knuckle to the moon, baby. Praise be to God.
David Feldman, Conor McGregor. Let's keep it rolling here at Bkfc 71. And we're live here. Folks, Bkfc 71 is brought to you by Bucked Up Crypto Fight Game. One Win Sport, your official giveaway partner. WLF, World League of Fighters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to our next Tell the Tape here in Dubai.
The numbers presented by Blackout Coffee for the SR feature fight set for the middleweight division. Sabah Homasi versus Johnny Tello.
And Homasi having a 4-inch height and reach advantage he wants to utilize. He wants to make Tello pay for trying to get in to land those shots.
Two fights in BKFC for Johnny Tello. His most recent bout occurred November 2023 when he defeated Chilo and Porn Sawatsu by 5th round KO.
Just look at these inside hooks, uppercuts. Wants to get into the pocket, land powerful shots. Showing good defense and a good understanding from bare knuckle. Look at that tie plum, switching hands. Just taking whatever his opponent's giving him. Did a great job of using that inside control, but he wants to get into the pocket, do his damage. That's what he wants to do in this fight as well. Doesn't want to stay outside.
The Canadian from Ontario, now based in Thailand. Johnny Tello set for fight number 3 in BKFC. Overall, this is Tello's 5th bare knuckle bout. He's 7-0 in professional Muay Thai, 1-0 in professional boxing, 2-0-1 in professional mixed martial arts. In our fighter meeting, Johnny Tello said emphatically, quote, "Head movement is my priority."
Definitely wants to counter as his opponent comes in. His key, make him miss and make him pay. Every time his opponent comes in, avoid those powerful shots and throw your own powerful shot.
Tello said, power jabs, big left hooks. He also told us, I will move backwards, I will move on angles, and I am very confident in the clinch.
It's funny, he said he feels like he's better all around in this sport. It's like one of his keys, like he talked about, making his opponent throw bad shots, avoiding those shots, and counter with power shots of his own.
Sabah Homasi made his BKFC debut this past December. He defeated Eduardo Peralta by 2nd round knockout.
And Peralta, a very tough fighter. Just a great job for Homasi. Tell him it took a minute to get his understanding of the sport, get his timing, get his range, but once he did, it was all she wrote. Did a great job of coming in. He's very confident, feels like he's going to make a title run. Actually, he asked for a title after he wins this fight. He's super confident he's going to come in here and take over this division. We will find out tonight, Sean.
The American based in Florida, Sabah Homasi, enters 1-0 in BKFC. Homasi has had 29 pro MMA bouts in his outstanding professional mixed martial arts career. That includes 3 in the UFC and 1 in Strikeforce. Homasi told us, I'm going to utilize clean striking while always being aggressive. I will move on angles. I will keep creating openings.
Well, he has complete belief in his power, and he's going to utilize that to, like you talked about, find these openings, try to get the finish. Feels like he has to do whatever it takes to get in there, set those traps, and land those powerful shots.
Homasi said, I believe that my opponent in this middleweight bout, Johnny Tello, wants to be patient. I think he's going to sit back, try to time the counter. I have to utilize my reach advantage, throw hard jabs, gauge the movement of Tello, find my timing, land with power.
Well, he wants to control the range, the pace, everything about the fight. Feels like if he's dictating the pace, if he's leading the dance, he's winning no matter what. He's waiting for his right opportunities, using that really high fight IQ he has, and getting a knockout.
Homasi said, my keys to victory are my power, my athleticism, and my intelligence.
Well, he knows he has to take whatever his opponent gives him. He cannot force things, but what his opponent's going to give him something, he's going to capitalize on it, he's going to put him down.
This is very intriguing in the middleweight division. Our feature fight of the night, night one of 2 consecutive, as Bkfc makes its debut here in spectacular Dubai. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for our feature fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Presented to you by Blackout Coffee Company. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 175.8 pounds. His overall bare knuckle fighting record stands at 2 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Pattaya, Thailand, by way of Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Here is Johnny El Toro Tello. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears white and black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 175.8 pounds. He is a true MMA veteran of 29 fights and holds an undefeated Bkfc record at 1-0. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, USA. Here is the undefeated Sama, the Sleek Sheik Homasi. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Johnny Tello told us, I have to establish my counter strikes. I cannot allow Homasi to quickly establish his power punches. Round number 1. White trunks for the American Sabah Homasi. Black trunks for the Canadian based in Thailand, Johnny Tello. Big swings immediately from Homasi on the left hand. Got staggered Tello. He resets. Homasi to the mid-range. Hands high and tight for Sabah Homasi. Homasi feigning with the right hand. Big left hand on the inside. On the overhand right. Tello to the body.
Right, no strikes, no strikes.
Right, headlock. Reaching around the back. Homasi. That gets the separation from Mergliata.
Homasi just ready to go, raring, trying to get forward immediately.
That is a hard check. Second black lane here in round number 1 of our feature fight here in the middleweight division. Homasi on the jab again. Right hand, left after the bell, no complaint from no worries from Dan Mergliata. We move to round 2.
Very tough round for Tello. Showed a lot of toughness and heart just by making it out, especially without going down. I thought he might have got knocked down early in that round, but he definitely got wobbled.
Work on it. Do your thing.
Tello, he's got to start pushing forward. He can't sit there and just be target practice.
Maybe he'll get the swelling down, but right now.
That was the best time he had in that whole round was when he was able to push Homasi backwards, push him against the ropes. There was a good right hand on the turn from Homasi, and then grabbed that half tie plum and just landed a lot of powerful. I mean, there's a lot of hard right hands. Those could have done the damage to the eye. Tello just did a great job of making it through that.
All right, corners out, corners out.
Dan is going to bring both fighters up to scratch, and then there will be the medical assessment of Johnny Tello, the Chief Medical Officer of Bkfc, Dr. Don Muzzi. Time called by Bergliata. Homasi through a neutral part of the ring. And here's the assessment of Tello's left eye.
Let me go.
Medical clearance. Now both fighters up to scratch. Round 2 underway.
You have to think Tello's got to know that eye's front. He better do something very quickly in this fight.
Homasi aggressively to the mid-range. Tello on the outside. Left hook, and right not landed from Homasi. Rather from Tello, it did momentarily take Homasi off the striking line. Homasi to the inside, left hand, duck under, swing and a miss.
Homasi's coming with knockout punches. He's trying to finish this fight right now.
Big right hand again from Sabah Homasi. Tello, to his credit, continuing the swing. Ripping up Homasi, getting the separation.
You see the way Homasi's throwing his opponent around, just a superior strength.
Mouthpiece out. Not called by Dan Bergliata. Mouthpiece in, no histrionics, right back to it. We do mouthpieces the MMA way, not the boxing way here in Bkfc.
Water, we don't need that.
The mouthpiece back in. Right back to it. Right back to the inside from the overhook for Sabah Homasi. He's landed some massive shots, and to his credit, Johnny Tello has taken some massive shots. The defense is not a scoring criteria.
Eating punches is not easy.
Big right hand, left hand. Right uppercut, flipping left hand from Homasi. On the inside, big right hand from Homasi. To step out, to step in. Clinical now from Sabah Homasi. 35 seconds remaining round 2.
Tello just eating those shots and keep fighting. Amazing.
Tello definitely showing tremendous heart, character, still throwing.
Like that, I mean, he doesn't even seem to be that hurt from those shots.
Sabah Homasi, though, in full control of this fight. Nothing decided yet. Overhand right, left hand. Tello to the inside, left hand, halftime.
This is Tello's best series, throwing some hard shots in these inside.
Uppercuts to the body with the right hand from Johnny Tello. Bergliata keeping this fight moving. Tello exploding in with the right hand. We move to round 3.
I'd like to see Homasi in some of those situations throw some uppercuts or maybe try to step out around and go to the body, staying right in front of his opponent, getting hit with these overhands. He get hit with a couple of shots there. If he picks an angle, steps to the side, he can really crush the body of Tello. There's some of these uppercuts he's trying to land. Man, that was a hard right hand landed, and Tello just ate it and kept fighting.
Chris, with those power punches, I think through 2 rounds, Sabah Homasi would have finished 80% of the middleweights on the Bkfc roster.
When he threw and landed those shots, I agree. Tello ate them and just kept coming forward. Problem is, Tello cannot continue to take those shots.
Tello told us, I know the heavy pressure, the heavy punches are coming from Sabah Homasi. I have to keep effectively countering. Round number 3. The step of Tello to start the 3rd round. Good jab from Homasi. Left hand, right hook to the body from Tello. Cover on the level change. Left hook, right hand, big left hook. Tello starting to land in the pocket, back to the outside.
Tello landing, but he just doesn't seem to have the power at this point to hurt Homasi.
Bergliata telling Homasi can't legally hit a head chancery or a guillotine. Wants to control of the neck. Step in right hand from Tello.
It doesn't seem he has the power at this point, but you keep landing shots, they add up.
Right hand, there's a clipping left hook from Homasi in reply. Big right hand, left hand mouthpiece out. Time called by Bergliata. Mouthpiece right back in. Twice in this fight, Homasi has punched out Tello's mouthpiece. 70 seconds remaining round 3. Left hook. for swelling now under Homasi's left eye.
Instead of
Johnny Tello pulling himself back into this fight. Rear right uppercut from Tello now to the clinch chest.
And Homasi looks a little bit tired. I mean, he's throwing so many hard shots on that takes it out of you just by throwing those punches.
Stiff jab, big left hook from Tello.
nice.
Tello now fully trying to seize the momentum. The flare to the body from Tello on the right hand. Big shots to the inside.
Right
Best
there.
sequence of the fight for Johnny Tello. From the halftime line. The right hand. Homasi now turns back. Right hand, left hand, swinging in the shoulder. Homasi. Fingers touch. And that is ruled as a knockdown by Dan Mergliano.
Oh, and he goes back down, tired. He's exhausted.
Mandatory 8 count given to Homasi by Mergliano. Closing seconds, round number 3. Tello now fully back in this fight. Tello thinking finish. Final seconds of the third round. Left hook from Homasi. Right hand from Sabah Homasi. This is a phenomenal fight. On the turn, huge left hand, right hand, just before the bell. We move to round 4.
And what a turn this fight has taken just in the last 30 seconds of that round. And I'm not sure if Homasi just gassed himself out with those hard shots. I mean, Tello's been using that Homer Simpson syndrome style of fighting just to take a lot of shots and wear the opponent down. But man, it worked in that round. And here's the end of that. Just coming forward, it's Tello with these hard, powerful shots, body shots, head shots, and really did a lot of damage. I thought for a second they might stop the fight. I mean, when he had his head outside the ropes to Homasi. But every time you think they might, Homasi comes back with his own powerful shots. Look at those powerful shots being thrown by Homasi. Man, those are doing so much damage. But Tello just seems to keep coming forward.
Chris, we do not have real-time open scoring in use tonight here in Dubai, but I am supremely confident in saying that all 3 judges have it 28-28 through the 3 rounds that have been fought thus far in our feature fight of the evening. Medical timeout. Now the medical assessment of Sabah Homasi. Here's the clearance from Dr. Don Mutsi.
Let's see what happens in this round if Homasi's able to pick up the pace and land some powerful shots.
Strong rounds 1 and 2 for Sabah Homasi. Johnny Tello dropping Homasi in round 3. Oh, big left hand, overhand right.
And the sport's totally different when you're tired.
Step in with the left hand, Johnny Tello. Right hand again. And more big shots to the inside for Tello. Tello on the left hook, right hand.
This is not what Homasi wants to be. He needs to tie up and make the referee break the fight back.
Come on, Dan.
From the underhook, nearly a whizzer hit by Homasi. There's a left hand, definitely hit clean to the jaw from Tello.
This is experience right there.
This was one-way traffic for Homasi. Now this is one-way traffic for Johnny Tello. Homasi trying to keep on his back against the ropes. Ferocious shots on the uppercut from Tello. And knockdown number 2.
Homasi's just gassed, Sean. He has no answer for the pressure, the relentless pressure from Tello at this point. And Tello looks pretty tired now, too.
Uppercut landed, left hook. Rear right uppercut just off the mark. Homasi off the canvas, swinging big. Tello swinging big to the body on the inside. Relentless pressure from Johnny Tello. Tello right up to the body. On the left hand, clipping left hand, right hand from Homasi. Heavy pressure on the inside from Johnny Tello. Left hand, right uppercut.
Homasi's just taking too many shots at this point.
Right uppercut again. Dan Mergliano taking a really close look.
As he should. I mean, Homasi can't even get his hands up at this point.
Right hand again, left hand. There's the right hand. Tello walking through that. Heavy pressure from Tello on Homasi. Homasi coming forward. Tello exploding forward off the left hand. Both fighters resetting in the center circle, right to the body from Homasi. We move to the 5th and final round.
2 rounds in a row with a knockdown. for Tello. I mean, Hamasi's got to get a knockdown in this round if he wants to even tie it up. One would have to think. We haven't seen the scorecard, Sean, but
Bkfc.
I mean, what a turn of events. You can just see cardio is everything in this. Hamasi might have punched himself out early in this fight. Hard not to, but look at these powerful shots by Tello. Tello wasn't throwing this hard early. Just playing a very smart, intelligent game, waiting for the right time. He found it. It's in the third and fourth round. Let's see what happens in the fifth.
Through 4 rounds, split our feature fight down the middle. Dominant for Sabah Homasi in rounds 1 and 2. Dominant for Johnny Tello in rounds 3 and 4. Tello knocking down Homasi once in round 3, once in round 4 to the fifth and final round we go. Stepping left hand from Tello, now circling to the outside.
You can see who has more pep in his step is Tello. Hamasi has to get the knockdown in this round.
Big right hand from Homasi. Homasi turning up the temperature from the halftime clock. Deeper swelling in and around Homasi's right eye. Deeper swelling in and around the left eye of Johnny Tello. On the left hand. Short, effective shovel uppercuts now from Tello.
Hamasi's got to tie his opponent up. Overhook, do something, grab his head.
Right hand on the turn.
Nice right hand by
From Dan Mergliata, smear of blood under Homasi's left eye. Leaping left hook in for Tello. Level change for Tello. 70 seconds remaining in our feature fight. Fight of the year candidate to this point. Left hook landed by Tello.
That's the third time the mouthpiece came out.
Time called by Dan Mergliata, and then squatting immediately Sabah Homasi, taking the rest anywhere he can find it. Left hand by Tello with mouthpiece in.
Hamasi has got to try and get a knockdown or knock the mouthpiece out. Ooh.
Short left hand from Tello. Left hand again from Johnny Tello.
Looks like that's the fourth time the mouthpiece has fallen out for Tello.
Hand trap from Sabah Homasi. Mouthpiece in again. Homasi coming forward, long jab from Tello. Long jab from Homasi, right hand just off the mark. This fight is phenomenal. Left hook to the body from Tello. Driving pressure from Homasi. Overhook snatched by Tello. This grip up from Homasi gets the separation from Dan Mergliata.
The last chance for Hamasi to get knocked down. If he doesn't do something, he's not going to win this fight.
Stretch stride. Homasi walking through the left hook of Tello. The overhook of Sabah Homasi. Short left hands to the head. Left hook to the head from Tello. The right hand, the duck under the turn. On the right hand, that is the end of a truly phenomenal fight.
So I cannot be more impressed with Tello. The way he took that first 2 rounds of a beating. It looked like this was an unfair fight, to be honest with you, Sean, but man, he turned the tide. Unreal how he got the 2 knockdowns. That was unbelievable.
Sabah Homasi seemingly in full control of this fight through the first 2 rounds. Tello then seizing the momentum, getting the round 3 knockdown with full momentum, getting the round 4 knockdown, and both fighters going all out in the 5th and final round. Our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And look at this, almost 200 punches thrown for Tello, 2 knockdowns, 85% accuracy. That's unheard of. These guys couldn't miss. They were landing nothing but hard, powerful shots. That was such an entertaining fight. So it's fights like that. That's why I love this sport.
The heart and character of both Sabah Homasi and Johnny Tello on full display.
I didn't know if Homasi can make it out of the 3rd round. He was dead tired. He was gassed, but his will to win and continue to compete, that's what kept him going for the next 2 rounds.
Swelling in Homasi's right eye. He's swelling under his left eye. Tello started to experience swelling in his left
Cantelo's face. They didn't know if it was going to keep going. I even brought that up. I said, let's see if that makes him step on the gas a little more. It did not. He lost the second round too, but the third round he really turned it on. I really feel like Hamasi thought he was going to get the knockout in the first 2 rounds, and he put everything into it. When it didn't happen, he got tired.
2 first-class fighters going all out in our feature fight of the night here in Dubai. We go to Jeff Houston.
Gentlemen, good fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Dubai, we have all just witnessed one of the greatest fights in Bkfc history. Let's have a round of applause for these amazing middleweight warriors. After a hard-fought 5 rounds, our judges at ringside scored the fight 48-45, 47-46, and 48-45 to the winner by unanimous decision, Johnny El Toro Tello!
All right. I'm standing by with Johnny Tello. That was, as we said, one of the best fights in Bkfc history, what you just did right there. There was a lot of people that believed that Sabah Hamasi was going to come in here and pick up this win, but you just kept coming. I've never seen anything like it. The eye was shut. Talk about the fight, man.
They call me El Toro for a reason, because I'm a bull, man. You know, I knew coming out here that this fight was potential to change my life. I knew I was the underdog in so many ways. You know, I don't want to go into details of it, but I said, there's no fucking way I'm going to leave this ring a loser. And even if I do lose, I'm going to put on the fucking night of fight of the night. And dang, I hope everybody enjoyed it. I want to tell you one thing. No matter how hard it gets in life, just keep going. Because eventually, you'll be put in the ring
is stress relief, relaxation, reduce inflammation, less performance anxiety. If you're interested in upgrading your performance, come visit us at therasha.com or our Instagram.
Bare knuckle fighting ain't for the weak. It's about pushing limits, training harder, and staying sharp. You don't hold back in the ring, so why hold back in life? This energy boost hits harder than a left hook. Fucked up and Bkfc hard-hitting pre-workouts, energy for any moment.
Tonight, history is being made in Dubai as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship continues its combat sports takeover. We're not done yet. 2 world titles are on the line. In the co-main event, one of the best to ever do it. Women's strawweight champ Britain Hart defends her world title against a warrior who knows that this is the biggest opportunity of her life and will stop at nothing to leave Dubai as world champ, Ty Emery. Then, in the main event, 2 undefeated titans collide when the welterweight champ of the world, Austin No Doubt Trout, defends his title against a man who knows what victory tastes like, but now is hungry for the taste of gold. The seemingly unstoppable Carlos Trinidad Snake. These are your main events. Bkfc is live in Dubai.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Top Energy Drink. From the famous Dubai World Cup horse races to the booming Dubai Sevens rugby, the city of Dubai is rich in sports history. And folks, we are growing just like that skyline. Bkfc has taken over the great city of Dubai, and now your 2 biggest fights of the night. First up, it's the women's strawweight championship, a title that's been on the way to Britain Hart for nearly 3 years. But there's an Australian firecracker that has her eyes set on the prize. Ty Emery is coming for her big moment. What a fight. And just like Britain Hart, Austin No Doubt Trout has been schooling
I'm back real quick. Man, we're down to the co-main event.
the crowd. What a night, what a whole vibe here in Dubai. We knew it was going to be good, but what we have got tonight has been growing and growing and growing, and now this crowd, especially
This fight was sensational, to be honest.
after that last fight, they're full-blown into this. We are happy to have you here. BKFC 71, and it's only getting better from here. But let's take a look at some of those incredible highlights that have gone down tonight. We got Singh, and we have Ali, and Muhammad Ali living up to that name. Look at that, the big right hands just swarming. One more time, nice combination, and Ali looking like a beast. Big in and swole, and he's got power. Guari, Aliyev. Aliyev was a battering ram. Beautiful accuracy. To the body, to the head, and folds him up like an accordion. Aliyev gets the win. Martins, Kari. What a fight here. Martins really hang in there. But Hayari was just too much. Look at this accuracy. Martins would continue to get up, and Hayari would continue to put him back down on the mat. Hayari gets a big win tonight at Bkfc 71. David Mora, Altamimi. Altamimi and Mora, and here you see a little confusion, and down goes Mora. Altamimi hits the ground and hits the ground again, does Mora. Altamimi was on point, pushing forward. Nothing like a little controversy. Olenek, Dos Santos, heavyweight war, and Dos Santos reared all the way back, looking like Junior Dos Santos, and shuts down one of the best heavyweights to ever do it in MMA, Geronimo Dos Santos, with a big win. And we just saw it. One of the best fights in the history of this organization. Homasi and Tello. And Johnny Tello took a lot of punishment. Continued to lose that mouthpiece. But then here comes Tello.
Bkfc fighters there is.
Big right hands, left hands. Would not be denied. Going to the body. One after another. Conor McGregor feels the same way as we do. One of the best ever in the organization. Tello and Homasi, both men, deserve to be winners after a war like that. Speaking of wars, we got 2 more left. World Championships are on the line. Let's go to Sean Wheelock.
A division that's new, and you got a champion that's as dominant as Britain Hart. You're gonna run into these little situations where you gotta just bring fighters off based off what little popularity they have or where their last wins were. Let me get this out of our view. And let me know, chat, if anybody in the chat, if you're here, tell me who you think's winning this co-main event. So tell me, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think winning this who's winning the co-main event tonight, ladies and gentlemen? feel like they're kind of hyping that. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, Emery had 2 MMA fights, but she lost. I think both of them. I don't know why this scene's not moving. Technical difficulties. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 1. Oh, wow. Ty Hammer's coming out strong. Ty Henry is putting the hands on Britton Hart right Ty Emery is coming with the heat. And that right hand is the problem. Britton Hart is not getting away from that right hand. And the challenger is giving the champ all she could eat. Man, this thing is so glitchy. As you can see, it is the challenger with the pressure. Britton Hart needs to settle down and start working behind her famous jab and show Ty Henry like why they're not on the same level. But Ty Emery is showing that she is that level. She is that dog, and she's here to fight. I love it. Ty Emery is showing that she is on that level right now. Join me later tonight live for a breakdown and prediction on UFC 105 Vegas. Nice. And Ty Henry is just throwing punches with no respect. She really believes she's got the power to take out the champ, and she is fighting as so. And bam. Nice. I am really not against what Ty Henry is doing. She is really pushing the champ. And if this keeps up, I could see the champ losing her title. I scored the first round like a 10-9 round for the challenger. I feel nice 1-2 from Hart. Nice fight. Maybe we kind of all underestimated Ty Emery. And the thing is, Ty Henry is just throwing like hooks. Nice clipped her. Man, that was a good round for the challenger also. But the champ is slowly coming back into this fight. And the champ is not doing a good job counter fighting. Like, she is fighting someone with looping punches, and she is just constantly just, not slipping her head and countering with that straight right hand down the middle. She is like just emotionally throwing everything into her shots. She needs to, settle down, settle down, pick her shots. She has the faster straight shots. She just needs to settle down, pick her shots, you know, move around those looping punches, you know? Box her a little bit. Don't let this become a high school brawl. Nice head movement by Ty Emery. Nice. And you see, Brittany Hart, she's starting to get the timing down of her defense to dodge and everything, but it's just she needs to work off that jab. And not a lazy jab like she just did. She needs a stronger jab. She needs a stiffer jab. Even if it's to the body. She needs something stiff to back off the challenger, because the challenger is really not respecting her power right now. And it's Emerald winning the jab battles, which is crazy now. Still throwing everything with criminal intent.
Long jab again, more straight punches from Hart. Really a back fist from Emery. No worries, we fight on. It was unintentional. The right hand reared through 3 rounds.
I mean, what a pace. I don't want. How many punches are being thrown? Each round, this is phenomenal. I cannot believe
than I expected.
Volume that is being thrown. They're constantly throwing.
I guess Paul Burns, you would say,
It's got to be an exhausting pace.
On Brittany Hart's level, you might say.
I know from the tail of the tape there was only a 2-inch reach advantage for Britt Hart, but it seems more. It seems like she's definitely the longer fighter. Maybe it's the way she moves. Not real sure, but it definitely seems to be more than 2 inches.
Bergliat. Both fighters up to scratch. Round number 4. Immediately forward off of scratch with the right hand. Comes Ty Emery. Emery to the body, Hart to the head with the right hand. Long jab on the inside, right hand, and the exit.
Going at her now.
Big swings to start round number 4 for both the champions.
This is where it goes. The damage. The little jab damage is the that Brittany Hart always end up fucking up her opponents with.
It's not the mouthpiece. The hair tie.
Champion's mouthpiece.
And look at Bergliat. He fixed it. That's impressive.
Smile on the face of Dan Bergliat. Right back to it. Moment of levity. Right back to intensity for both.
Nice right hand.
Double jab from Brittany Hart.
Nice double up in that right hand.
Left hand, right hand. There's the right hook from Emery. Emery on the long jab. Blood flowing freely. Hart cut corner for left eye. Right hand in reply from Brittany Hart on the turn.
And nobody can seem to really gain control of this fight. It's back and forth the entire time.
Blood flowing freely now. The cut in the left brow of Ty Emery. Swing and a miss. Good sidestep from Hart.
It's just that pressure the entire time.
There's the right hand on the turn.
And man.
Oh,
straight right hand from Hart.
And Hart just
Hart.
counter. That was fantastic. fantastic. She waited for her opponent to throw a punch, and she countered with a hard right hand.
Emery coming forward off the left hook. There's the jab.
Nice counter.
From Britton Hart. Long range jab from Emery.
And Britton Hart is starting to fight that long range.
Fires back to the center circle. Forward pressure again. Turn step from Britton Hart off the right hand. Jab to the body from Ty Emery. You're seeing a skill set from both Hart and Emery. You're seeing the creativity and striking and movement from both Hart and Emery. Lane here in round number 4.
How about the stats of this match so far?
Right hand, right to the body.
Bkfc
We move to the 5th and final round.
Good right hand. I mean, just so many punches being thrown at this point, Sean. So many punches being landed.
The swelling in Ty Emery's left lid and the cut in her left eyelid as well.
I mean, this is fortunate. This is the last round because I don't know if they
312.
last too much with that eye. Oh my! Are they
missed 100?
Taping that? I've never seen that before.
Chris, I believe from Marcus Love.
And the
Chief
challenger
second of Britton Hart. That goes down as one problem
punches.
at time.
And
Solve the issue of the loose hair.
And miss 87.
After this fight, then we'll solve how to get that heavy duct tape out of the hair.
Probably.
I mean, the challenger is landing up to 50%, a little bit, if not a little bit more.
Oh, they're gonna take
Both
a look
are
at
landing a little bit more.
side.
Will be a medical timeout.
50% of shots.
Called by Dan Mergliata.
Come on,
Hart
Dan.
will be sent to a neutral part of this Bkfc ring by Mergliata and Emery.
I mean, yeah, fighter's vision is very
Dr. Damuzzi. Here's the assessment. There's the clearance into the 5th and final round we go.
They're going back to the fight. Doctor didn't stop it. It looks good coming out of this
Chested
fight.
right hand from Emery.
Ty Emery talked about landing some of the body. She really should have did that a little bit more because it's a little too late. But man, Bret Hart just keeps moving the entire time.
On the jab. Emery forward again. Both fighters showing incredible skill set. Both fighters showing incredible tenacity. And right off the mark. Straight punches again from Hart.
Counters by Bret Hart.
And then the stiff jab from Ty Emery. Right
Nice.
from Hart.
These women are putting it down on the line right now. This is the stretcher. Let's go, ladies. Let's go. Ah, man, that eye is nasty. That eye of Emirates is nasty.
For one more significant sequence.
There we go. Britton Hart putting them up, putting the finishing touches of this
And
round.
that is the end of a phenomenal world title fight co-main event.
Sean, that might be a record for the number of punches thrown in a fight. I don't think there was more than a 2-second period where a punch wasn't thrown.
Chris, that is the extraordinarily rare fight where both fighters did largely what they wanted to do. Hart was landing straight punches. She was controlling the outside. Emery, fantastic, coming forward off the naked right hand, physical on the inside, landing with power.
Yeah, that was a fantastic fight. So many punches thrown, so many landed.
Our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And look at Bret Hart, 361 punches thrown. Emery threw a lot as well, 279, but man, very accurate as well.
I mean, I feel like
there was no animosity coming into this fight between Britton Hart and Ty Emery. There was phenomenal respect.
Right when I needed the most, not.
Will you cut her Josh Dorn hair next time? Even the sun tape fell off.
Again, tonight's judges, Department of Athletic Regulation. The tallying of the 3 judges now. Wow.
The other one fired back immediately. That was fantastic to watch.
All right.
There's been so many fights tonight where it's just a display of heart, and this was one of them.
The 3 scorecards have been tallied. Both fighters, rightly so, feeling very good about their respective performances. We go to Jeff Houston.
All right, we go to Jeff Houston for the.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these 2 warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds, our judges at ringside scored the fight 48-47, 50-45, and 48-47 to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undisputed Bkfc World Strawweight Champion.
I mean, I'll give it to the challenger. She gave her a hell of a fight. She gave her a hell of a
Bret
fight.
Hart. Wow, you did it again. That belt's still around your waist. But when I've looked back at some of your fights, that has to be one of the best. How much respect did Ty Emery earn in that fight tonight?
You know, she earned a lot. A lot of people said this was going to be the most difficult, most important fight of my career, but it meant so much more to me for my opponent, for Ty, that she came in with that respect. Because really, that's all I wanted this whole journey and career. And to me, that was really gold in this co-main event, in this whole event here in Dubai.
You know, we talked over and over about you asking for international, you get international, you get freaking Dubai, right? That's big. And not only did you get Dubai, but you came out and you showed out and you showed why you're one of the best, right, that's ever done this. What's this mean? What's this mean?
That's it. I'm just not the best.
They were throwing dead
and I'm
even
here.
punches
I did it. I'm not. I proved it. And I earned it from you guys. I am the face of Bkfc. Like,
the challenger outlanded the champ round 3. It was also that even just the champ
and that's why I'm here.
outlanded the
I'm
challenger
happy
by
to
2
be
strikes.
because I'm
Round
here
1,
for a reason.
champs outlanded
Incredible,
the
Bret Hart.
challenger
Ladies and
by 6
gentlemen, the
strikes,
champion, Bret Hart.
36-30.
That was special.
In
And
round
Bret Hart proving once again why she's on a
is,
different level from all these other competitors. Just hard-nosed, tough. You cannot take this. She wants it too bad, Sean.
landed.
3 rounds to 2. 5 rounds to 0, 3 rounds to 2 from the 3 judges scoring ringside here in Dubai. All for Bret Hart. Bret Hart now 10 wins in Bkfc and 4 successful title defenses of the Bkfc women's 115-pound strap. Ty Emery
I didn't
was
like the
outstanding in
visuals from the
defeat.
champion,
Bret Hart brilliant in victory.
man, that was an outstanding
The winner by way of unanimous decision, Bret Hart defeats Ty
The way
Emery.
she got to adapt and fight off the back feet,
Bare knuckle fighting
it just shows
ain't
you,
for the
man, like
weak.
she's champ for
It's
a
about
reason.
pushing limits,
I'm a little stunned
training
that
harder, and staying sharp.
the challenger did
You don't hold back in the
last
ring,
this long.
so why
that
hold
she was
back
even
in life?
able to put
This
hands
energy
on
boost
Bret Hart
hits
and
harder
Bret Hart.
than a left hook.
But overall, good
Bucked
fight.
up
Good
The
fight.
Bkfc hard-hitting pre-workouts, energy for any moment.
What you getting into now?
Saturday, April 5th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship invades Dubai with 2 world titles up for grabs. In the main event, world champ King Kai Stewart defends his featherweight title against the undefeated Tommy the Farmer straight up. In the co-main event, former pro boxing champion Hannah Rankin knuckles up with the always ready Jessica Borga to crown the inaugural women's featherweight champ of the world. Plus many more mind-blowing bare-knuckle fights. Watch all the action live on the Bkfc app. Download it at bkfc.com.
I would definitely.
And we are live here from Dubai, UAE. Bkfc 71 brought to you by Bucked Up.
I mean, the video, but I ended up doing it anyway because
Blackout Coffee
I kind of
Company.
like giving you guys these fights if I can.
And the world's creamiest stout, Forged Irish Stout. And here we are. What a night it has been, making history here in Dubai. You see the knockouts. All the fighters bringing their absolute best. We knew we had to make an impression. And folks, we have made
these guys were fighting
impressions, major impressions. We've seen wars like this one, Hamasi and South. We've seen knockouts. We have seen absolute passion inside of this squared circle. Main event, tail of the tape, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. For the Bkfc welterweight world title, the champion Austin Troyt versus Carlos Trinidad Snake.
Trinidad Snake with a 2-inch height advantage, but it's that 5-inch reach advantage he wants to utilize. Feels like if he can stay long, stay outside, land that uppercut, he has a good chance of winning this title.
American from Omaha, Nebraska, Carlos Trinidad Snake. Enters 6-0 in Bkfc. He's 2-0 in his pro MMA career. He's had one professional boxing bout, and this is the biggest fight of his life. Chris, your keys to victory for Carlos Trinidad Snake are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Okay, he has to utilize that reach advantage that he has. It's 5 inches. He's got to make his opponent have problems with that. He's got to make Trout step close, and then he can try and counter those punches. That's his key, making his opponent get in to his range, staying outside, and countering those punches as Trout tries to come in.
In our fighter meeting, Carlos Trinidad Snake told us, I believe that Austin Trout will struggle with my power punches. I'm going to continually push the pace. I feel that I most definitely have the cardio advantage.
Well, he has to have the confidence, too. He's got to let those hands go. He has to believe in his power, believe in what he's doing. He really wants to make sure that he goes out there and he finishes his opponent. He says he can finish his opponent cannot finish him.
Trinidad Snake said, I know the uppercut is there. I will not force it, but I know that I can land it with power. Austin Trout, the reigning Bkfc welterweight world titleist, enters 3-0 in bare knuckle fighting championship. The American from Las Cruces, New Mexico, 37-5-1 in his outstanding pro boxing career that saw him win the WBA 154-pound world title. Chris, your keys to victory for Austin Trout are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Austin Trout needs to turn this into a boxing match. What he needs to do is he knows his opponent likes to lean back. He can't hit the head. He hits the body. Go to the body when your opponent leans back. And he's got to capitalize on his big fight experience. He's been here many, many times. His opponent has not. Take him in the deep water. Drown him as your opponent wears down.
One successful title defense of this Bkfc 165-pound belt for Austin Trout. Overall, this is his third world title bout in bare knuckle fighting championship. Trout has had 10 major organization world title fights in his pro boxing career. He said, with all of that experience, I'm relaxed. I will stay patient. I am not going to rush into punches.
He can't force anything. Sean, be patient like you said. He has to make sure that he hits the body. He takes exactly what his opponent gives him.
To get our main event of the evening started, live from Dubai, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds for the undisputed Bkfc World Welterweight Championship. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get Bucked Up. Regulated by the Mohegan Tribe Athletic Department. Chairman James Gessner. Ringside supervisor in attendance, Mike Mazzulli. The 3 judges scoring our championship main event: Brian Miner, David Peabody, Muhammad Ali. And the third man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Big Dan Mergliata. And now, with our BKFC fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app from the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Stadium for day number 1 of the historic first ever 2-day bare knuckle fighting extravaganza in the Pearl of the Persian Gulf. Fight fans of Dubai. 164.4 pounds. His record inside the squared circle is perfect at 6-0. Here is the undefeated #1 challenger, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, and proudly representing the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska, Carlos Trinidad.
In the 3rd round, 50 under a minute.
And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue and silver. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, an even 165 pounds. He is a true world-class professional boxing veteran of 43 fights and stands undefeated in the squared circle at 3-0. He is the former WBA light middleweight world champion and your reigning, defending, undefeated, undisputed BKFC World Welterweight Champion, fighting out of Houston, Texas, USA, by way of Las Cruces, New Mexico, Austin,
Trinidad beats him dead, bro. It's like, damn, bro.
Austin Troyt told us, I will dictate the movement of this fight. Active feints, constant in and out.
I mean, I feel like the champ still got this due to the fact that his boxing record is clean. This ain't boxing. This ain't boxing. This is bare knuckle boxing. And it's really different.
The bell, round number 1. Teal trunks for the champion Austin Troyt. Blue trunks for the challenger Carlos Trinidad Snake. Immediately to the front foot goes Austin Troyt. There's the in and out. And right. Low rooted by Trinidad Snake. Stands for Carlos Trinidad Snake. Listed at 6 foot to Austin Trout's 5'10".
I don't see Austin Troyt going out and making mistakes.
That was clipping from Carlos Trinidad Snake. To the body goes the champion Austin Troyt.
That's what he said he needed to do. Every time Trinidad Snake leans back, he's got to land to the body.
Step from Trout to the body. Big right hand.
Down goes Austin Troyt. And down goes. Oh man, that was a counter shot.
That's the power difference.
That is crazy.
Trinidad Snake believes he has it. He showed a good punch.
Off the canvas, right back to it. Austin Troyt.
I'd like to see a replay of
Huge
that.
left hand from Carlos Trinidad Snake.
That's got to give him a lot of confidence. You think sometimes in your first title fight, you're going to be tight. Not so here.
Long off the jab for Trinidad Snake. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our
10
world title
years
fight main event.
age difference.
Good jab from Trout. To the body. And to the body. Throwing it naked is Austin Trout.
He's got to be careful because that uppercut is coming if he keeps throwing that naked right hand to the body. Or left hand, I should say.
Again, there's that naked two to the body on the level change. The jab for Trinidad Snake off the mark. 20 seconds remaining, round 1.
I like that. To the right. I like that. Get your feet going. Get your feet.
Taking on the up jab, now the straight jab from Trinidad Snake, doubling his jab. On the left hand, right hand. There's the right hand getting through. The long jab from Trinidad Snake, and we're through round 1.
That's what I felt like could be the difference in this fight is that long reach for Trinidad Snake. It's very difficult to deal with. If
As
he gets
you can
in
see,
here,
man, the challenger is...
range
The challenger
where he can land a
clearly won
punch and
this
you
round.
can't. It's hard to deal with.
Clearly won this
The thing's
round.
making us
Knockdown.
equal. Is
That power.
Trout's ability to get in and
That power
out. But
caught
man, he's
the
got to be
champ
careful. If he eats
that
one of
was
those shots, if he eats that uppercut, he's going to be in huge trouble. Throwing that naked two, that left hand of the body is a dangerous thing to be doing.
Two world-class
And nowadays, man, like,
your respective corners, Bobby Benton.
it's always been a tell
Danny Molina,
as old as
corner of
time, you
Carlos
know,
Trinidad
younger
Snake.
fighters coming in, eating the older fighter. And I don't think it's going to be a skill issue. I just feel like it's going to be youth and power on Trinidad's side. I think Trout's experience could take him to a win, to a split decision win, but you never know. If that power keeps landing, it could be a short game.
Wide stance of Austin Trout.
Trinidad Snake trying to do what he does best. That's get right into his range and not yours. He can land punches and you can't.
Jab from Trout. Again, Trout looking to the body.
Trout is a little bit more...
Trout told us in our fighter meeting, my jab is not that important.
I'll say he's a little
Consistently,
bit more not...
my rear left hand from southpaw is vitally.
He's trying... He does not want to get the counter. He's timid.
The jab to the body.
Easy, son. Easy.
Lowering his stance, Austin Trout. Tall stance now, opening that tall stance, Carlos Trinidad Snake. Long jab off the mark. Fighters in the center circle. Exceedingly patient. Jab again to the body.
Trout has changed from throwing that naked two to the body. It's more the jab.
Left hand to the body. Danny Molina, the chief second of Carlos Trinidad Snake, calling for volume from his fighter.
I mean, that's not far-fetched, but...
Carlos Trinidad Snake.
I feel like the champ will adjust to this, you know?
Fast jab from Trout. On the jab from Carlos Trinidad Snake. Trout again to the body.
And I'm really surprised we haven't seen more uppercut attempts from Trinidad.
Needs to push
his best punch.
The pace a
very late here,
not
round
just
number
worry
2.
about trying to get him to
Left
counter.
hook off the mark. Rear right hand off the mark for Trinidad Snake. There is the bell. Next up, round 3.
I feel like Trinidad Snake just kind of let off the gas in that round. He let Austin Trout get back in, throwing a lot of jabs to the body.
This is round 3 coming up.
Really dictate the pace.
I think this round...
I'm surprised, like I said.
I am sweating like a pig. I think round 2 went to the champ. I think the champ did enough to slow down the output of Trinidad, and I think he's doing what he needs to do to adjust to. I think he's doing what he needs to do to adjust to Trinidad, and like hot, like the
confirmation.
Mofo in my
We're headed to round 3. The fighters back up to scratch. From Dan Murgliara starts the 3rd round.
And 3rd round.
As you can see, Carlos Trinidad Snake sitting on that rear right uppercut.
Hey, buddy.
He's sitting on those back here throwing too much in.
Told us in our fighter meeting he would not force that punch. He said he would be opportunistic with that big rear right uppercut.
And right now, the champ is really fighting on the back foot.
That snake down the front foot, trying to cut the ring effectively.
And it's just, at this point, Trinidad just needs to start throwing combinations. If the champ isn't willing to give him that much real estate to move, Trinidad should just take advantage of it.
That's that dangerous.
Instead of looking for that one perfect shot, it's time to open up and just fight.
Could be very dangerous. I'm not sure why I haven't seen too many uppercuts.
Heavy front shoulder now from Trinidad Snake. Chest.
Easy, dog. Easy.
Crowd circling. Coming forward with the over chest stance. Just off the mark. Good pull again from Trinidad Snake. Jab from Troyt. And then body. Trying to take Trinidad Snake off his striking line. Rear left hand to the hook to the body. Late here in round number 3.
I guess it's not going to be a 3rd round KO.
Undefeated Bkfc welterweight champion Austin Troyt versus undefeated challenger Carlos Trinidad Snake for the belt. Next stop, round 4.
I feel like both guys are kind of like
shocked to this point to see Trinidad Snake is not throwing that right uppercut. He talked about it. He's knocked other people
like,
out with it.
Both guys
it seems like it's a punch that is open. It's what you have to do to combat a guy who's
like
coming in
feeling each other out. Even when like Trinidad Snake steps on the gas and he moves forward, he is still just. It's just like a fill out, you know. Even the champ
doing a good job of just taking what his opponent is giving him. He's giving him the
even
body
the champ,
shots.
bro. It's just like he is fighting.
Hard to hit. As Carlos Trinidad Snake with that weight,
he is fighting a cautious fight.
Only thing he can really do is land to the body.
But so far on damage, just judging this fight on damage, and I don't know, the challenger is doing pretty good to me. What do you think, buddies? The challenger is doing a good job. Hell yeah!
Here we go, round 4.
Championship round. Let's see what goes on here.
Backwards off the stretch to start the 4th round. Forward, Carlos Trinidad Snake. Stiff jab from Trinidad Snake. Punches to the body. Looking for the roll through. Stop moving from Austin Troyt, but right now he's on his back foot. Jab to the body from Troyt. That was clever. Jab to Trinidad Snake.
Champ is really not pushing the.
Just quiet now.
Nice body work.
Swing and a miss from Troyt.
Nice moving. The champ's not really
There's a big right hand.
working. Now he is going for the body. Kind of hope he did that a little sooner in the fight. Like on the early rounds, you know, bank that the first 3 rounds.
Now Carlos Trinidad Snake on his front foot, but tentatively so. One on his back foot, but then Whitney Wolf will explode in. Left hand, double left hand from Trout. Elusiveness, Trinidad Snake with creativity from Trout, doubling his jab. 20 seconds remaining, round 4.
Just the body punches from Trout for winning in this fight so far.
1-2 to the body.
It's not an impressive performance.
In round number 2, Carlos Trinidad Snake, excellent trainer Danny Molina. Called for volume. We just have not seen a lot of volume through 4 rounds from Carlos Trinidad Snake, but he has recorded the low knockdown in this fight out of Austin Trout in round 1. Keep all of that in mind as we move to the 5th and final round.
I mean, Trinidad Snake keeps getting into position, but he's not throwing punches.
Now we're in the 5th and final round of this championship matchup.
It's Trout. He's landed the body. He's not doing a ton of damage, but he's doing more. And it was a good right hand.
I kind of want to see more from the champ.
That straight left to the body.
I really want to.
Like I said, it's not doing a ton of
I don't
damage.
feel like he should be able to
controlling the pace of winning the fight, in my opinion.
Off of this performance, because he fought the entire fight on the back foot, and that shouldn't be.
Carlos Trinidad Snake has got to do something different. He's got to start believing in himself. He's got to start throwing punches. If he continues to go and
beating the champ
front of his opponent,
doesn't mean you have to knock the champ.
I don't see how he wins the fight.
Outscored him and make him. I feel like the champ.
Touch of the hands between these two fighters. Both men have to scratch. 5th and final round underway.
On damage, the challenge.
Once again, Trinidad Snake getting in position, but he has to do something when he's in position.
Both guys, man. This fight is
a left hook knock there from Trinidad Snake.
Now would be the best time for that uppercut.
Just off the mark. To the body. And to the body goes Austin Trout. In then out. Jab off the mark from Trinidad Snake. Trout taking himself off balance. Very sporting from Carlos Trinidad Snake. He could have thrown a punch. He didn't get it.
Challenger's moving now. I feel like this round is definitely wants it more. And just let caution win, boys. It's like this is a championship fight. Bkfc, Dubai. Nice right hand by the champ.
55 seconds remaining in our main event. Brought back to the outside.
The challenger, he is showing like he's here to fight.
From Trout. Then body.
.30 seconds. Oh, nice overhand by the champ.
On the turn. There's the break and the restart from Dan Margliata.
Restart in the middle. 20 seconds, boys. Let's throw it up. Throw it up.
Trinidad Snake trying to cut the ring. Overhand left from Trout. Trout on the feint with the jab. Trinidad Snake coming forward in the final seconds. Overhand left from Trout.
And this is the end of the main event, ladies and gentlemen.
And you have to think, just not quite enough volume, in my opinion, for Trinidad Snake. Had a huge start to this fight with that knockdown. Didn't think there was enough volume afterwards, though. Trout doing what Trout does, is understanding, doing exactly what he needed to do, try and get that victory.
Carlos Trinidad Snake with the left hand dropping Austin Trout in round 1. That proved to be the lone knockdown in this fight. On the 3 judges' scorecards, that knockdown might mean everything. It might mean absolutely nothing. Both fighters' faces very clean.
Not many punches landed upstairs, a lot of body punches. especially from Trout landing to Trinidad's midsection. But
Man, this thing got my part.
see if that makes a difference.
As you can see,
Austin Trout continued to target the body.
the judges are
Not with
taking
power
their time.
punches, but with straight punches from range.
Could we
Jabs,
get
the 1-2s,
could we get a
continual
split
naked
decision
left hands to the body effectively.
for the challenger, or will it be a split decision win for the champ? Oh, they're going to overtime.
We are going to
overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to overtime. I'm guessing it's a draw.
We don't know the scorecards, but we know that we do not have a winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a draw, so we are going to
Straight draw,
overtime.
split draw. Majority draw does not matter. Those are semantics. What matters is that we are in the overtime round. Sixth and final round, Austin Trout versus Carlos Trinidad Snake.
Trinidad Snake has got to step up his volume.
The left hand from Trinidad Snake.
Nice left hand by
Exactly what I said. He needs to come in, throw hard punches, because you can see Trout is.
And the champ is just going for his body shots. Which, yeah, he could knock him out, but at this point, you need to give him like that damage visual, champ.
The jab from Trout lowering his stance. Short left hand from Trinidad Snake. Overhand right from Trout.
Still haven't seen the
Both
uppercut.
guys are pushing.
that we kept talking about the
Pacing each
entire
other
time.
now. It's who wants it more now? Who wants this fight more?
70 seconds remaining in this
Nice
fight.
left hand by the
We're in
champ.
the overtime round, the sixth and final round. Jab from Trout. Jab from Carlos Trinidad Snake.
And Trinidad Snake is doing a good job still cutting the ring off.
Jab again off the mark. Head body. Overhand right from southpaw for Austin Trout. To the inside, a very rare quick sequence in this fight.
And the champ is putting the pressure on. He wants to keep that belt, but Trinidad is not backing down an inch, bro. He's taking some to give some.
Heavy front shoulder.
But I feel like if this keeps going on, the champ will retain just off the points.
Trinidad Snake. Overhand right from Trout. Flick jab from Austin Trout. Jab again. Jab right back from Carlos Trinidad Snake. Right hand forward
Trinidad
pressure.
Snake is just
Into the
going
clinch,
out
there's the
right
underhook
now.
from Austin Trout.
There you go, last 10 seconds. And big right hand on the exit by the champ. And the bell rings, ladies and gentlemen. The sixth and final round is over. This is, I think, the first overtime I've seen in Bkfc. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first overtime. Championship overtime in
I
Bkfc
like that was
history.
a good end of the round. For Trout did a good
That
job of
was a
landing
good
some
fight.
good hard shots.
I mean, it was not a support, you know.
Did what he had to do.
It's not a fight we're going to remember 10 years from now.
We do
But
not
it
know
was
if it was
a
a
good fight.
split draw, a majority draw, or a unanimous draw. None of that matters now because under the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting, in this sixth and final round, the overtime round, that is a standalone round. So the totals from the three judges of the sixth round are not added to their scorecard for the previous 5 rounds. This is a winner-take-all round.
And that could make a huge difference.
Does the winner take it? Who's the winner? This
You
is.
can see both fighters at least posturing like they feel like
Man,
they won
how
the
do you
fight.
could you look at this fight? Definitely the challenger won round 1, but since you cannot count the rounds anymore because it's a sudden death round,
Than he did when he
and
thought this fight had ended
the
after 5
visuals on the
rounds had been completed.
this sudden death round, it looked better for the champ than any other round the champ fought. He was landing some big overhand rights. He was landing some big overhand lefts. So I kind of feel like the belt is staying in New Mexico, and still.
Fight of his
I
life
could be
for
wrong.
Carlos
I'm not the
Trinidad
judges.
Snake.
I'm not the judges. I'm
Combined
just
between
giving
his
my
pro
opinion
boxing
on
career
what I
and his
think and
Bkfc
how I think
career,
this fight is
the
going to go.
13th world title
It is
fight for
going to
Austin
be
Trout. We
a
go
unanimous
to Jeff
decision for the
Houston.
champ.
Ladies and gentlemen, After completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds and 1 overtime round, our judges send in a split decision. Brian Miner, 57-56 in favor of Troyt. David Peabody, 58-55 in favor of Trinidad. And Judge Ali, 58-55 to the winner by split decision.
And new.
And still
undefeated.
Bkfc
I kind of doubted myself for a little bit there, but and still welterweight champion of the world, Austin Troyt. Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting that belt, one of the founding fathers of fighting, Renzo Gracie in the building.
Renzo Gracie.
All right, Austin. Get that second belt on there. Hey, that right there was an absolute classic. He showed up tonight, and he took you to a 6th round. Did you expect that performance out of Carlos Trinidad Snake tonight?
I expected it, but I didn't think he was going to do it. Hey, shout out to Carlos. You did your thing, man. He did. He came, he fought his ass off. He had a good game plan.
So, this
he
point,
made me
man,
change my
what's next for this?
all respect
what's
to the man.
next for the champ now?
But I'm still
You know, that was his 4th title defense.
here, baby. I'm still the champion. All praise to the Most High.
And how we just grew with BKFC.
Man, this is
Oh,
it's such a worldwide sport. This is gonna be better than the Olympics. I'm telling you what. And with boxing being gone, BKFC should be thrown in the Olympics. Why not?
I love it. Give me one more thing, Austin, man. You know, when you look at it, you know, what's next for you? I know you love being the face of this company right now. You and Britton Hart both showed out.
Faces of the Olympic Committee.
Maybe 2 faces of the company. What's the future look like for Austin Troyt?
Look, I need to go down to 155. These dudes at 165 are too strong and they too big. I need to go down to 155 and get that belt from, say, Baboon or Franco Tanavia. That's what I need to do. I gotta thank Jerry, Rasha, and I gotta thank the Queen Jules for helping me get ready. My mindset had to be strong with fighting this dude, Carlos.
All right, real quick, where's Carlos at? Carlos, let me just get one question with you, man. You know, listen. You know, getting to know you just in the last hour, man, I'm very, very proud of you. What an incredible performance. I know a lot of people right now are looking down at you right now and are extremely proud of what you just did here tonight. I know you didn't get the win. But how do you feel like that fight went?
Man, I won that fight. Regardless of the decision, man. I came out here to fresher than him, fresher when I came in here. It's still all up, baby. I will be number 1. I will be champion.
I mean, first round knockdown.
I believe in you, my friend. One more time for Carlos Trinidad Snake.
Overall, man.
You have to like that Austin Troyt. Dealt with some adversity, got knocked down, got up to win the fight. Fantastic job for the champ.
So this is different from what we have seen previously with the overtime rounds under the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting. Not necessarily
actually ahead.
Misapplication, Chris, but a swerve. So the 6th and final round, the overtime round, was tallied. It was not scored as a standalone sudden death round.
71 goodbye.
But ruled as even through 5 rounds to the overtime round. And Austin Troyt now 2 successful title defenses. Credit to Carlos Trinidad.
I mean, Carlos Trinidad did knock the champion down and still lost the fight. It just shows you BKFC is not like MMA. This fight was it was good. I mean, it's not the greatest. It's not a burner. Um. Let's see. Okay. Bless you, kiddo.